Hey guys, welcome back. So for today, we are going to be doing my May favorites. And of course, today is going to be a get ready with me. So I am basically putting all of my favorite products on my face so that you guys can actually see them in action. So today, this is the look that I came up with. I really tried to step outside of my comfort zone. I did a little bit of this like orangey eyeliner. Things got a little bit crazy in today's video, so I really hope that you guys find it at least a little bit entertaining because a lot of things went wrong. Definitely do not forget to let me know in the comments some of your favorite products of the month. Literally give me a full list of all the products that you've been loving. It's always really great to get some recommendations from you. Of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy favorites. Get ready with me's. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already and hit that bell button if you'd like to be notified every time I upload. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's first begin with the skin. So I'm first going to start off with priming my skin with this Josie Maran. This is called the Surreal Skin Argan Finishing Balm. Now I have been using this throughout the month and I have been really enjoying it. It's basically just a moisturizing primer that gives your skin a little bit of a glow. This one in particular is really nice. It's a very thick primer and it almost has a bit of like a smoothing texture to it, but there's no actual silicone in it, which is what I really like about it. As for my foundation, I have been right back on the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick train. This is like the type of product that I just keep on coming back to. I'll like try other foundations, but I will always go back to this one. It does give me really nice coverage. I can either get something very light with it or I can build it up and get something more full coverage, and I just find that it wears so nicely throughout the day. Today I'm going to be using the shade 117. And what I like to do is I just like basically stamp it all over my face. Now I've also really been enjoying the Ultra HD Skin Booster. I've been using these in combination, and I've also been using this in like combination with other foundations as well, and I just love it. What I like to do with this is I basically just drip it all over my face. It's most definitely probably my favorite face oil that I've ever tried. I love using it to blend out my foundation because it does sort of give the foundation more of like an emollient texture and makes it blend out a lot easier. It also gives the finished foundation a little bit more of a glow, and it just is really nice and hydrating. I've used a lot of skin oils and this one by far like beats all of them. So now that the base is down, I think we're gonna move it on straight to the eyes. We're first gonna start off by priming the lids. This is the Benefit Air Patrol Primer. I've had this in my collection for a really long time and I never really got fully into it. I think I liked it a lot at like one point, but then I sort of just forgot about it really quickly, and I have been back in love with this primer. I think it's really great. It's almost like MAC Soft Ochre but liquefied. It's that same like yellowy undertone that's really great for like canceling out redness and any discoloration that's on your lids, which is great if you want like a nice blank canvas. And it also has like a really nice sticky base, so I find that my shadow just lasts really well layer on top of this. So for my eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the new Tarte Clay Pay palette. This is the Face Shaping palette. Now I got this in a PR package right before I left to New York, and I actually brought this to New York with me, and this was the only palette that I brought. You guys know that I love Tarte eyeshadows. The Tarte Tarlet and Bloom is one of my it is my all-time favorite palette, so I'm always really excited when Tarte comes out with new palettes because I really love their formula, and this one really is no different. The formula is like so just spot on. The pigmentation is really nice and intense. They blend out really easily, and I really just love all the colors in here. It's a really great just basic palette. So the palette contains all these eyeshadows over here, and all of them are matte except for this shade. This one has a little bit of shimmer in it, and then you have 3 powders over here that are meant for the face. You have more of like a bronzing powder, a contour powder, and then a deeper contour powder, but obviously these could also be used for the eyes. So I think I'm going to go into the shade Desert, which is actually the contour shade in the palette, and start to buff that above my lid as my transitional shade. So now that that is buffed out, I'm gonna take a flat shader brush and I'm gonna grab Timber, which is the deep dark contour shade in the palette. So pigmented, holy crap. I'm really glad I didn't put my concealer on. Like, look how pigmented that is, guys. Honestly, Tarte just does it right with their shadows. So I'm just sort of packing this all over my lid. It's gonna look a little bit messy for now. Okay, and once that's applied, I'm gonna go into more of a fluffier blending brush. I'm gonna grab my MAC 217 in the same shade and start to buff this into my crease to start to blend it into that transition shade. Seriously? I may be looking a little bit different now because I just spent the last like 10 minutes doing this liner on camera and I realized the camera was not even recording. Sabotage. So basically what I did is I took this Makeup Forever Aqua XL color paint in the shade M70. Now this actually isn't one of my favorites of the month. I in fact have never used it before, so I wanted to give you guys a bit of like a first impression today because I didn't have any other like liner favorites, so I figured why not try something new. Now I did try and do this like graphic wing thing going on my eye. We're going a little bit out of the box today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm taking this little Smith brush. This is my Smith 212. Now this is basically like a liner formula. You could also probably use this as a eyeshadow base. And what's really cool about this is that it is more of like a moussier texture. It's not very liquidy or even gel-like. So it is pretty easy to manipulate and it does seem to dry down very, very quickly. So I'm just going to start by creating a wing on my upper lash line, holding my breath. Now I'm gonna just connect it into my crease and just try and make it somewhat similar to the other one. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the way this is applying as an eyeliner. It looks really, really patchy, especially up close. It's really hard to make it opaque. I'm gonna have to like try these out a little bit more and sort of test them out. Now let's put on some concealer and cover up those deep dark circles underneath my eyes. I'm going to be using my Tom Ford concealing pen. Now I bought this really not expecting much. I didn't think this would be that amazing because honestly, the more expensive a product is, the more skeptical I am because I'm sort of just like, there's no way that this could possibly be worth like the amount that I paid for this. I forget what it was on top of my head, but once you see the product shot, you may gasp a little bit because it was ridiculous for sure. But honestly, I love it. It's one of my new favorite concealers and I almost hate that it is. And it almost gives my under eyes a bit of like a hydrated, dewy look to them. And it also gives really good coverage. Even though this is a very lightweight formula, somehow the coverage is really, really good. And I just love the way it looks. I actually also got Sam hooked on this. She bought it off of my recommendation when we were in New York. And she also really likes it. So it's good shit. I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes. And it also blends out so easily, like done. That took 3 seconds. There's like no working this in, it just melts into the skin immediately. Oh my God, this eyeliner up close looks ratchet. Like it looks so freaking bad. Okay, I really want to finish off the eyes so that I could stop staring at myself and thinking that I look a little bit crazy. So for my mascara, this is cheating for sure because I got this literally like probably less than a week ago, but I am so impressed with this mascara and I really, really wanted to mention a new mascara to you guys because I didn't want to mention my Maybelline Lash Sensational for probably like the 17th favorites video in a row. So this is the Ardency in Big Mascara. It makes my lashes look so big and long and just separated and everything I ever wanted in mascara. It actually makes my lashes look even a little bit better than the Maybelline Lash Sensational, which, I mean, I never thought that would happen. I've never heard anybody talk about this, so that's why I really, really wanted to mention it in today's video. So I'm just going to apply this to my upper as well as my lower lashes. Do you realize how I just keep getting lower and lower as I'm applying my mascara? I've also noticed that this mascara is really buildable without clumping. All right, the eyes are done. It's like from far away, I think it looks sort of cool. Are you guys proud of me? I'm a little bit proud of myself right now. Let's just get the brows done. And you know what? I actually found a new brow pencil. I actually realized I'm mentioning a lot of Makeup Forever products today. It's the Precision Brow Sculptor, and it literally just looks like a pencil. What I really like about this, first of all, the tone. Makeup Forever always gets brow tones just spot on. All of their brow colors for their brow products are really nice and cool tone, which is definitely what I prefer because as you can see, my brows are very cool tone, as are most people. And what I really like about this pencil is that it does have more of like a waxy finish. So I find that it does last really, really nicely on the skin. And I also like that it doesn't apply too heavily. Like the pigmentation isn't too strong. So I don't like automatically get like a super strong brow. I have to build it up if I want that, which I like because I prefer more of a natural brow anyway. You see how quick and easy that was? I'm like done filling my brows already, which is just the way I like it because I hate Hate doing my brows. Okay, brows are looking very intense, very bold, very thick. Eyes are looking also very intense, very bold, very thick. So I feel like we gotta balance that out on the rest of the face. Let's start sculpting a little bit, shall we? So I'm going to use my Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade Baked. I also bought this when I was in New York. Color is perfect, and it also lasts really well throughout the day, and it fades, but it fades very evenly. I'm just going to take the butt of my Beauty Blender, dab it into the product, and then I'm just gonna go straight into my face. I like this more than applying the product directly to my face and then blending it out, just because I feel like it sort of blends it out more evenly. Like, look how beautiful this color is, and it's also not too intense or too dark, even though it looks a little bit crazy in the stick. Alrighty, so now that we are bronzed, I am actually gonna contour my nose. I know, you guys, today is an exciting video. We are doing a lot of things that I don't normally do. So I'm just gonna grab a cream contour, because I do prefer creams over powders when it comes to a nose contour, just because I feel like I am able to get more of a cleaner line, whereas with powders, I do feel like things can get a little bit messier, and I like to keep my nose contour really, really precise. So I'm gonna grab a little tiny brush. This is my MAC 242. I'm gonna use like the edge of it to create a very thin line. This is my Pixie Multi Balm in Sheer Sculpt. This is an awesome, affordable cream contour. I really love the shade of this, and I also really like the way it blends out. I've been using it quite a bit for my nose contour, so I'm just gonna grab a little bit of product. I basically just go from the top where my brow starts, like right here, right onto the bridge in a straight line. Same on the other side, obviously. And then instead of continuing all the way down, I basically leave a gap like right in the middle of my nose, and then I'll just contour the tip by doing like a little triangle here and a little triangle here. You notice I'm not using a ton of product because you don't need it. So then what I like to do is I take a lighter concealer. I'm just gonna grab this Magic Lumi from L'Oreal, just because it's right in front of me. Just going to highlight just here. And I do like to blend with a brush first, just to buff out those lines. And I like to blend with a very small brush so that the lines stay where I want them and they don't move around. Then what I like to do to really blend everything in is I take my sponge and I put a little bit of foundation on it, and then I'll dab over everything. And this will sort of just make it look like it's underneath my skin and not just like a brown line sitting on top of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to contour my face. I'm going to grab Desert from the little Tarte palette that we used earlier. I do find that if you have a lot of structure on the eyes, it is important to put some structure on the face. A little bit of contour will really make all the difference in the world. Almost done, guys. So now it is time to blush up the cheeks. Been loving these Natasha Denona Duo Glow little things. They're basically just blushes, but they, oh. Why? No, it broke. Oh my God. Why does my makeup hate me so much? R.I.P. Natasha Denona blush in 01 Alba. I will probably be able to fix that, hopefully with some alcohol, but I'm just gonna leave that where it is for now because I can't even deal with looking at that right now. As I was saying, I love these blushes because they make my cheeks look so glowy, and they're just really, really gorgeous. This one in particular is the one I'm gonna use because I don't really have much of a choice, even though it does not go with my freaking eyes. Can't use it. It doesn't go with my eyes. The other one did. That's why I wanted to use it. You know what? I'm gonna pick up a little piece. We're still gonna use it. I don't give up. I'm just gonna gently dip it in here, and I'm just gonna apply this to the apples of my cheeks. I forget what I was even saying, but basically this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous blush. It's really nice and sheer, and it gives like the skin the most amazing glow. I also very, very recently got these, and I just had to mention them to you guys because they're so gorgeous. Hopefully you guys can see the pretty glow that it gives the cheeks. I'm not wearing any highlighter, so this is pure blush glow. Moving on, we have lips and highlight to do. Believe it or not, I do not have a favorite highlighter this month, so I'm just gonna throw back old school and grab some Champagne Pop. I have not used this in the longest time. And just hit the tops of my cheekbones with that. Wow, that just went way too far up. It's like hitting my wing. So I'm gonna grab this little juicy shaker from Lancome. This is in the shade Freedom of Peach. This is one of my favorites. You can see it just adds like a really subtle peachy shade, and it also just makes my lips look really nice and glossy. You guys definitely saw me struggle today, but hey, I mean, it's just real life. This is what this is what normally happens to me. That is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I found it helpful and maybe a little bit entertaining. Do not forget to let me know what you thought, and of course, all of your favorites from the past month in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up, and of course, subscribe and hit that bell button if you have not done that already. So that is it. Gonna go fix that blush now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.